All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat 1 at Richmond. Dave Holmberg and Brad Ronning have the front row. Zachary Price, Ryan McDaniel in the second row. Timmy Martin and Paul Jr. on the third row. Harley Barletta, Andrew Thornton on the fourth row. And Zachary Meade rounds out the field for Heat 1. Everybody out on track, rolling for the pace laps. And if you've never noticed, we'll take a quick look at the track map. This track, much like Talladega, does not have the start-finish line where you'd expect it. It is actually before the center of the tri-oval. That will come into play in some of these races here tonight. Everybody is ready to go green flag racing. Pace car will dive in this time and the season finale will begin. Hey, thank you for the raid, Gabby. We'll get some shouties here in a second. Pace car dives in. The season finale, heat number 1 begins now. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Richmond. And wow, Zachary Price gets a heck of a start and they go into turn 1, 3 wide. Well, they're definitely going to give you guys a show here tonight. Thank you guys so much for the raid, Gabby. Brad Ronning has had a problem back behind as Harley Barletta takes to the lead. Zachary Meade is right there with him. Another spin. Looks like Holmberg and Paul Jr. involved. Brad Ronning also having problems back behind. Meanwhile, Andrew Thornton in third is already making up some time. He has the fastest lap so far. And good evening, Quack. How are you? Barletta has the lead, but Need for Meade right behind him. They will come into heavy lap traffic due to all those problems early on. Lap traffic moving to the high side. Andrew Thornton has set the fastest lap the last 3 times by, but hasn't closed the gap on the top 2. He's getting closer, but off turn 4, I saw him getting a little squirrely. Three laps to go. Who's it gonna be? Andrew still not close. And Zach Meade looking underneath. They don't call him the heat race hero for nothing. That car was way out of shape. He sends it into 3. Zachary Meade to the lead. Coming through 1 and 2. Meade is pulling away as Andrew Thornton has taken second place. And here they come out of turn 4. The white flag flies one more time around for heat number 1. Meade started tail into the field, avoided the chaos in heat 1. And Zachary Meade will, whoa, wait a minute, Thornton's underneath. Out of 4, it's going to be down to the line. It was Andrew Thornton at the line with the win in heat 1. That was an eventful first heat, folks, and a sign of things to come here tonight. Wow. Here we go. Heat number 2. We'll see Bill Rabbits and Byron Gay on the front row. John Brancaccio, Justin Schultz have the second row. Brian Hewitt, John Berry on the third row. Joe Lux and David Lux on the fourth row. Edmund Jones rounds out the field. Boy, there's a Lux versus Lux battle back toward the back. Well, we had a big surprise in a last lap pass. Hey, Count Bloodlord, good evening. They'll go around one more time. The pace car will drop in turn 3 as we've got, looks like Schultz is blinking a little bit. Looks like there might be one other blinking intermittently as well. That could be a problem. Could be a problem on a short track for sure. Hopefully it'll smooth out once they get the green. Here we go. Pace car is in. John Brancaccio in control. Here they come out of 4. Green flag is in the air. They are back underway for heat 2. Well, they didn't go 3 wide into 1 and 2 this time. That's a little more tame. Oh, we've got one loose out of the turn. David Lux got loose and got the inside wall. Byron Gay has had a problem. Justin Schultz got loose out of 4. Joe Lux apparently went through the infield. And Edmund Jones has snuck his way from the back to the front to take the lead. Wooly, that's a great way to define this track, especially coming out of turn 4. It is very much a slip and slide. There we go. Brancaccio in the wall. Hewitt in the wall. Edmund is all alone up front. Maybe he'll pull off a spin too. John Berry now to second. Hewitt has recovered, now in third. Bill Rabbits to 4th. Joe Lux in 5th. Brancaccio, the only driver to go to pit road. You're welcome, Quack. Always good to see you, buddy. Justin Schultz around in turn 4 almost gets the leader. This track is very slick. You can just imagine when they get here, when they unpack the tour mods later tonight, the bigger, more powerful car, man, they are in for a ride. Hey, good evening, Gabby. Thank you for the raid. John Barry in second, not gaining any ground despite his spin. Hewitt has managed to hold on to third. I think the only driver that hasn't spun at this point is Edmund Jones. And whoa, close call there as he gets two to go. Whoa, I believe that was David Lux again. And I do believe his engine let go on that one. As Edmund Jones picks up the white flag, probably the biggest gap we're going to see all night. He has a 4.4 second lead. And into 3 and 4, Edmund Jones will win Heat 2. John Barry comes home in second despite his spin. Hewitt holds on to third. Wooly, you're not wrong. Hey, Andrew. Wow, that was two very eventful heats. Now to the feature for the street stocks. Riley Duncan and Richie Joplin have the front row. Andrew Thornton, Edmund Jones on the second row. Zachary Meade, John Barry on the third row. Harley Barletta, Brian Hewitt have the fourth row. Ryan McDaniel and Joe Lux rounding out the top 10. Paul Jr. and Byron Gay, 11th and 12th. Timmy Martin, Bill Rabbits, 13th and 14th. Dave Holmberg and David Lux, 15th and 16th. Zachary Price, John Brancaccio, 17th and 18th. Brad Ronning and Justin Schultz round out the 20-car field here at Richmond. Hey, good evening, William. And as soon as the pace car rolls, here it goes. Wait a minute, Riley, get moving. It's trying to be dramatic and you messed it up. Riley Duncan now is officially moving on track and officially the new champ for the Street Stock Series. Richie Joplin beside him has locked up second in points. The battle is on for third. Brian Hewitt recovering from that spin earlier on definitely helped. Well, we saw one heat where the first lap, they were three trying to go four wide. We saw a second heat where a lot of guys had no grip. I wonder if we're going to see a combination of both of those here in just a moment. Folks, if you missed any of this season, you can find all the previous races and every race in Jones BS Racing history is on our YouTube channel. Will Riley or Richie finish off the season with a win? Or will it be a surprise from the back? Let's find out. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. The season finale feature from Richmond is underway. no 3 wide into 1 and 2 this time. Riley Duncan does manage to get the lead. A lot of moving around as guys trying to fight their way forward. Oh, 3 wide coming out of 4. Joe Lux is around. The first caution of the night. We saw how loose these cars are. Looks like Justin Schultz, Joe Lutz, and Byron Gay all involved. Let's look at the replay. There's Joe Lutz up on the high side. Byron coming up the middle. Lutz gets loose, gets into Byron. And let's see what happened with Justin Schultz. I didn't see. Oh, he got a little bit of the apron. It goes up to the wall. He was hard on the brakes. Should be minimal damage to the car. Well, definitely an eventful start. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. A lot of these drivers do listen in and love to know their fans are out there cheering them on. Ryan McDaniel. No, Byron Gay appears to be the only driver that came to pit road. And he is still sitting on pit road. Looks like he lost a lap. He is rolling again. But he'll now be a lap down. He'll need a caution and a lucky dog wave around to get back to the lead lap. Sneaking suspicion we'll see another caution in this race. Everybody is stacking up, should get the 1 to green. Yep, lights are out. Here we go. Riley Duncan, Richie Joplin still have the front row. Thornton and Meade on the second. Edmund Jones, Harley Barlett on the third. Brian Hewitt, John Berry on the fourth. Ryan McDaniel and Paul Jr. round out the top 10. And so far, the biggest mover, the driver that had the most problem during this heat, David Lux, up 5 spots into 11th. Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. Good evening, Jeff. Riley Duncan leads them out of turn 2. No big 3 wide this time. They are certainly trying. Ryan McDaniel just slammed the door on David. Whoa, McDaniel comes up. Looks like Paul Jr. got a little bit of a love tap there. They're 3 wide up ahead. Richie manages to hold them off, but while they were battling, Riley is, oh, holy cow. Andrew Thornton just knocked the wall down. Problems back behind for Paul Jr. as well. No caution yet. Taking a look at Andrew Thornton, you see him there in the middle. They go off into 1 and 2. He's already loose, tries to save it, and hard into the wall. Paul Jr. a moment later getting some trouble. Him and David Lux battling. He gets loose and on the brakes does get it woed up. Minimal damage. And a moment ago, Ryan McDaniel had a problem. Through 1 and 2, just gets loose. I think he actually avoided the wall. Just a sneaking suspicion. We're going to see some cars getting loose out here. Riley Duncan has a 0.3 of a second lead on Richie. They're already coming into lap traffic. Brad Rawling and Bill Rabbits have both had problems and have both gone to pit road. There's Rawling loose into the turn. Oh, that was a very close call. Bill Rabbits also off into 3 and 4, just a little high, a little loose, and smacks the wall, loses the front clip. Wooly, I don't know if blessed is the right word for that. But yes. Riley Duncan and Richie Joplin up front battling for the lead have broken away. Zachary Meade in third, about 2 seconds back, has Edmund Jones on his bumper. Harley Barletta currently running in fifth. David Lux in sixth. Lux up 10 spots now. He had so many problems in his heat, but man, he gets into the feature and tears it up. Andrew Thornton, after his incident, has slipped back to 7th. And he does have some right side damage on the car. And John Barry and Brian Hewitt right on his bumper. Zachary Price now up 6 spots into 11th, has a run on Joe Lux. Price down to the bottom, Lux up on the high side. It's going to be close. They got awfully close coming out of turn 4. Looks like Price had to check up just a little bit, not to get into Lux. He saved both cars, but lost some ground on that one. Richie Joplin has taken the lead. And Zachary Price has had a problem back behind. Coming through 3 and 4, loose off of 4. We talked about it all night long. You see a few get loose out of 2, but turn 4 will bite everybody at some point. A bit of a heartbreak. Price was on the move and almost cracked into the top 10. Now he's going to lose a lot of ground. Jeff, I was actually expecting a lot more cautions here tonight. as Riley Duncan is looking for the lead. Lap cars ahead. Riley has the bottom, may be able to pin Richie up behind Brancaccio. Brancaccio goes way wide, but Riley manages to reclaim the lead. They still have over a 2-second lead on Zachary Meade, Edmund Jones, and Harley Barletta. One of the lap cars trying to get out of the way, goes into the wall. Barletta now underneath Edmund Jones for 4th. He clears. Jones and Lux get together. I think they're holy cow, that was close. Lux slides up. Edmund gets underneath, but there was not enough room for a piece of paper between the three of them. Harley has decided he has had enough. He is pulling away, but Edmund and David Lux, they are banging doors, and I don't think it's accidental anymore. I think these two are starting to trade some paint. Riley Duncan and Richie Joplin still battling for the lead. Richie now underneath. Lap traffic ahead at a 2. And it looks like due to the abundance of green flag laps, these two are going to be in lap traffic most of the race. David Lux and Edmund Jones still side by side banging doors all the way around. Neither one of them given an inch. And remember, this is the battle for 5th. They are putting on quite an exhibition. Lux has it. Oh, Lux is loose out of 4. He saves it. He went into turn 1 a little high. Edmund looking for the run. Couldn't quite get there. Lux has it for a moment. Justin Schultz in 12th. Now goes a lap down as Richie Joplin goes by with Riley in 2nd. Zachary Meade in 3rd, now right behind that lap traffic. He is gaining on the top 2, but not a lot. Still holding at about 2 seconds behind. Andrew Thornton has not recovered at all after his early incident. Oh, and Lux and Jones are back at it again. I have a feeling if we see another caution, it's likely coming from these two. Lutz goes up the track and, Edmund gives him a little bump into turn 1. He's just trying to help get him on the line. Edmund way out of shape out of 2, doesn't lift. Seventh place, Andrew Thornton is about 2 seconds back. He is actually gaining quite a bit of ground on those two as they continue to battle it out. Richie Joplin maintaining the lead. Riley in 2nd. Zachary Meade back in 3rd. Barletta in 4th. And here we go again, the battle for 5th. Andrew Thornton back in 7th. John Berry currently in 8th. Brian Hewitt in 9th. Joe Lux currently in 10th. Paul Jr. still not far behind in 11th. Justin Schultz in 12th. Timmy Martin in 13th. Dave Holmberg in 14th. We talk about Schultz being back in 12th. He started in 20th. has definitely fought his way forward, and I think we have a lot to look forward to out of Schultz next season. He has definitely put on a show this season, and everybody knows he's here and he's fast. Dave Holmberg back in 14th, John Brancaccio in 15th, Ryan McDaniel slips back into 16th, Zachary Price after his incident earlier on in 17th, Brad Ronning in 18th, Byron Gay in 19th, Bill Rabbits back out on track in 20th. Richie maintaining the lead, these two, wow! Edmund was really digging in on Lux that time. And Edmund's going to peek underneath David out of turn 4. Will David Lux return the favor? Brad Ronning has just had a problem, and the caution is back out. Caution is out for Brad Ronning. He has towed it to pit road. And I'm honestly surprised this caution did not come from Edmund Jones and David Lux. Let's go to the replay and see what happened. There's Ronning coming out of turn 2. Ryan McDaniel in the wall. He yanks it down hard. Trying to avoid Ryan. Smacks the wall. Loses the front clip and tows her in. And Justin Schultz does get the lucky dog. He is back on the lead lap. Nobody is coming to pit road. They've got what they've got from here. Just over 10 laps to go. And now that they are all packed back up, it's liable to get a little more bumpy. What do you guys think? Are we done with the yellows, or are we about to get a few more? There is an old saying in racing, cautions breed cautions, because it does bring the field back together again. Jeff Sinclair predicting one more caution. That's a pretty safe bet, Jeff. And I still think we will see a caution come out of Edmund Jones and David Lux. Worth noting, those two are still stacked up side by side. Pace car will drop in turn 3. It's going to be a fight to the end from here. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. 9 to go. Richie clears into the lead. Side by side throughout the field. We've got a couple in the wall at a 2. Bill Rabbits, Byron Gay have had a problem back behind. David Lux currently stuck in the middle, 3 wide, as Andrew Thornton finally starting to recover. 8 to go. Thornton is underneath Edmond. Looked like Thornton was a bit out of shape. We've got a car around on the backstretch. Now it's Paul Jr. Riley Duncan going for the lead. Andrew Thornton has just moved back up into 4th. Edmund Jones looking underneath David Lux, and Harley Barletta have lost ground since the restart. Barletta back to 6th, Lux in 7th. Wow, Riley getting aggressive, blocking Richie into turn 3. They are touching. Richie gets sideways. Man, that was some gutsy driving. Lap car on the high side, obviously down on power. Andrew Thornton, Edmund Jones battling it out back behind. Have a good night, Quack. Thank you, buddy. 4 laps to go for Riley Duncan. Can he hold Richie off? Andrew Thornton and Edmund Jones battling. Holy cow, Andrew got the wall again. John Barry and David Lux now battling back behind. That is the battle for 7th. Oh, I think Barry came up a little early, and Lux ended up giving him a love tap. Richie looks to the bottom into 3 and 4. They are side by side out of turn 4, 2 laps to go. And this season finale has not disappointed. Looking forward to that second race here as well. Down the back straightaway, Richie is ahead. Out of turn 4, the white flag flies one more time around. Riley pulls even, but Zachary Meade is there. Meade has caught him. One mistake could mean he gets the win. Richie and Riley side by side. Zachary cannot find a way up the middle. It's gonna be Richie Joplin wins at Richmond. Riley Duncan comes home in 2nd. Zachary Meade, what a finish in 3rd. Jeff, yes it was. Wooly, you're not wrong. Let's take a quick look at some of those late race incidents. Alright, Bill Rabbits had a problem on the restart. Oh, he just went, holy cow. Rabbits went up into the wall. Looked like Byron in the middle of, or on the outside, 4 wide, into turn 1, got a little love tap from Ryan. And Paul Jr., oh, David Lux, John Barry were out of shape, and somehow he gets the worst of it. That was definitely an eventful night. Let's talk to our top 3. Starting with 3rd place, Zach Meade. Zach, you just needed him to start bumping a little bit, and you'd have been there.
Man, that was close. That was a great race.
It definitely was a lot more green flag than I think anybody expected, but you guys were not hesitating to use the fenders tonight.
No, that last caution came out, and I thought, man, I might be in trouble. Might get sent here on this last restart. But luckily, everybody kept it pretty clean after that.
Well, that's definitely a plus, and man, you've been fighting all season long. It's just a matter of time before you're in victory lane. That was one heck of a run and one heck of a finish, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. I've been, I think, fourth. Countless times. I don't even remember how many times I've ended up fourth. Got a couple heat race wins, and just haven't made it into the top three to be on the podium yet.
It's definitely coming, and yeah, you got a lot of heat race wins. They don't call you the heat race hero for nothing.
Well, there's more to that story, but yeah, definitely feels good when you can get out front and win anything.
Man, awesome run tonight. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
Zach Mee coming home in third. Riley Duncan comes home in second, and the champ. Riley, you came home in second, but you come home with the championship. That's got to be worth it.
Yeah, I'm happy, man. That was some good racing between me and Richie up there. I had a lot of fun tonight.
You guys actually used the fenders less than I think anybody else on track tonight when you two were going at it.
Yeah, I like to race clean, especially against Richie, and yeah, it was good hard racing, man. I tried to get him on the outside, but just couldn't get the run.
Oh man, you definitely put on one heck of a season to come home with a championship. 4 wins, 8 top fives, 85 bonus points, double the next closest amount of bonus points. You just smoked them all season long.
I tried to stay as consistent as possible. Like, if I know I can't win, I'm gonna settle. I don't want to. I never want to take myself out, so I'm happy.
Well, man, great job. You definitely should be. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And finally, our winner, Richie. Man, you didn't get the championship. You've got a couple already that we know of, but that was one heck of a battle to come home with the win tonight.
Yeah, it's always good racing with Riley. I mean, me and him, we can rub doors, touch bumpers. Nothing is said. I mean, nobody complains about nothing. I mean, we sit there and we holler back, well, man, that's some great racing, da-da-da. I mean, everybody's nice and happy. You can't race some people like that. You barely touch a door and they go crying or whining. But other than that, I mean, I'm glad I pulled off a win. I've been running a temperature like 101, 102. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'll take this win on that good hard battle.
Man, I have to tell you, you guys actually rubbed fenders and doors less than I think anybody on track. We saw Edmund Jones and David Lux knocking the crap out of each other throughout that race. You guys had an epic battle without nearly as much banging.
Yeah, I mean, I saw 0X's, where we're just, I guess it might be just a little bit of net code there, where you see the 0X pop up. But, I mean, good win for Riley on the championship and everything. But, man, I want to win a championship. I done won a couple, but still, I like to win more. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely do, man. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
And we've been visited by Andrew Thornton, which oftentimes scares me.
Oh, no. Nothing you should be scared of anyway. We just wanted to thank you for everybody here at JBSRL for broadcasting with us for another season. Street stocks, obviously, personally, I was worried about them coming into the season just because, to be completely honest, other leagues, there's a lot of drama with them. But this ended up actually being a lot of fun. We as a league, we came, we saw, we conquered. We became the #1 street stock league on the service, at least till C12 starts on Tuesdays, I'm excited to move on to the late model stock cars next season with the Rising Stars. We still got our tour mod race and going to the ARCA cars for the showdown next season. And we're just glad to have you along, Doug. We love you.
I love you guys too, man. And a great job, and I have to say, a good comeback tonight. You had quite a battle.
Oh, if Eddie would just leave me alone, man, I'd probably been on the podium.
I'm surprised Eddie had anything left to race you with after watching him and Lux go at it.
No, he decided to hit me under caution and mess the back of the car up. I drove that whole race broke.
You still managed to come home with a top 5 out of it, man. A great recovery and a great finish, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, Doug.
Folks, don't go anywhere. One more race to go, and I suspect it'll be even wilder. They're putting up the street stocks. They're unloading the big old Tour Mods, 800 horse, and a very lightweight car. This is going to get good. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few.